Yes, sir, we are live. We may proceed.
Dear officers, a very good evening to one and all, and welcome to yet another important session. As I made this point clear, my main objective is to see that you all get through this civil service examination, not just public administration. In this regard, I would like to say a very important thing. Say, for example, Goyal, Dubeji. So please write in which year you are intending to give your best effort. Then afterwards, please write the subject and the books you have expertise, how many times you have read. Next one, have you solved the previous year questions? What is your inference with respect to this topic? Have you mastered or 50-50 or not yet? This should be done to all the questions, not questions, all the topics in prelims and also mains. Say, for example, GS1, society, what you have done? Social justice, what you have done? IR, what you have done? Ethics, what you have done? And please send it to me. I will evaluate all these things after seeing your answers. Sir, आपने question ही नहीं दिया. I've already told you. Whatever may be, please don't miss this golden opportunity. Whatever may be, you should think, you should act as though you are writing mains this time. 2024, September 20th, IAS mains examination, you have to write those things in your home, in home condition, in exam conditions, whatever may be the thing, and send it to me. After that, take time, use all the resources, and write another answer and send it to me. I will evaluate. Afterwards, keeping the things, what you have read, one side, and the way you have written, we both will discuss and will make a plan for your 25 or 26. That is the one important thing which I wanted to reiterate. It's a very important one. Please don't miss this opportunity. So having said that, let's get started. I hope you have gone through the material which I have provided. Okay. So what is the topic we are discussing? Okay. So I found this to be very easy for me also and convenient for you also, so that there will be only one material, everything in sequence. So I'm just going through the PPTs. I'm doing away with the PPTs. Very good. New concept of power. Very nice. So we were discussing about Mary Parker Follett. Very simple one. And we will finish this topic today once for all, almost, other than few additions. Because in my opinion, one of the most important aspect a teacher should do, especially in optional, is they have to pinpointly tell the students where they should read and what they should read. Otherwise, there is no meaning for you coming to the coaching. So in that regard, I have found the best material. The material I have provided is more than sufficient to answer all the questions which UPSC has asked for the last 20 years with respect to Follett. So there comes like answer rating. Sir, answer rating क्या करना है? अभी start करना है. Please do start with this itself. So here very important, answer rating में क्या करना है? This is a very big confusion. This is the standard format. Like I have deciphered from the UPSC syllabus, UPSC mains elaborated explanation what they have given, and also talking to some stalwarts in this field. Generally, this is the one: structure, introduction, body, and way forward. There is nothing like this intro, body, and way forward, but these are the three elements which have to be there. Most of the students, they make the mistake, big mistake. They always like wonder, अरे intro क्या लिखना है, like conclusion में क्या लिखना है. But the most important thing is the body, what the question demands. Coming back to the answer writing. In your answers, there should be an introduction. What is this introduction? It is nothing but you explaining the question, what they have asked, the terms, just one line, and its current relevance. That's it. That is sufficient. You should not write like too much. Afterwards, body. What exactly they have asked the question in the question, you have to answer. And the last one is the way forward. This is a very important one. Here, you shouldn't be summing up the things. It is not summary. Here, you have to show your understanding, whether it may be application or a suggestion or anything like that. So this is the structure which you have to follow. And I appreciate if you can answer all the following questions. They are pretty simple. Directly they have given. Just follow the material given and answer those things. That will be enough. Right? So let me just brush up these things which I have covered previously. Follett, also known as mother of public administration. For the first time, she was the one who criticized the classical thinkers. In that, Weber, Taylor, Fayol, all this included. For the first time, she told that there is a need of involvement of the people who are involved, especially workers. Previously, all the three previous approaches, they considered mechanistic view. Means they were viewing workers as machines. They were just concentrating on the economic man, not the social man. What is social man? A person who is part and parcel of the society, who identifies himself as part of society, and also psychological dimensions. This was highlighted by Foyle, saying that you have neglected all these things. Here, two things you have to keep in mind. The previous three and the next, human relations, behavior, and system, organization, development. For these two, Foyle and Money and also Chester Bernard, they act at a link, transition phase. Here, Foyle was having something similar to classicals. What is that? She believed in the universality of the principles. Marriage is universal. What does this mean? Please tell me. Marriage is universal. इसका मतलब क्या है? Here too, principles are universal. The same meaning. What do you understand by this? Marriage is universal. Okay. Means whatever may be the society, present in every society and accepted. Very good. Great. Very nice. Marriage and family are present in every society, whatever may be. Queen, king, royal family, tribal family, peasant family, merchant family, any family, anywhere, whatever may be their custom, whatever may be their tradition, whatever may be their religion, belief systems, in all societies, you have got marriage and family. Similarly is the concept with respect to universality of the principles. They said that the principles which we have formed are applicable to all organizations, formal, informal, small, big, at all places. At the same time, very important, she emphasized societal and psychological aspects of individual and society, which was missing in previous thoughts. So this is the line of thought which you have to keep in mind, right? So she is said to be a bridge. So in this, two important terms are important. You have to keep this in mind. For the first time, she viewed organization as a social system. So what do you understand by organization as a social system? Means it is a system like society. It is a part of system. It's a like indisputable. organ of the society. Means here, we are not seeing organization in isolation. We are seeing organization as a part of society, and also administration as a social process, not a mechanistic one, where people were treated as machines. Here, as a social thing, that is the first one, right? So this is the reason she said to be way ahead than their contemporary thinkers. Chronologically, with respect to time, she belonged to scientific era, and philosophically means with respect to our thoughts. She was to social man era. Social man era means where importance was given to society. And because of that, she was said to be advanced of her times, way ahead. Clear? Why way ahead, advance of her time? Is this clear to you? Okay, these are the works of the Tyler file, no need. And these are the concept. So here, please give your attention. First one, conflict and integration is the most often asked question. So these are the topics, these are the ideals, concept propounded by Follett. In that first one, conflict and integration is the often asked. After that comes your authority and responsibility, in addition to giving of orders and powers. So conflict. In this, I have arranged the things in a very systematic way. What is conflict? What do you understand by conflict generally? Please do answer. Try to answer. Generally, what is conflict? झगड़ा क्या होता है? So whenever you think of like conflict, you almost always like think of like fighting. झगड़ा हो गया उधर. Means what do you think? There is quarreling. Means like a war you think of. But Foyle says that is not the one. A very important one. So here it is a natural process, normal process, inevitable process. Almost always say, for example, even if you take some jokes, almost always husband and wife quarrel, children and parents quarrel. Similarly, in an organization, there will be conflict always. So she said that conflict is not a war. It is just appearance of difference of opinion and interests. A very, very important one. So here, you all may be good. The other person may be also good. But there are differences. This is the one thing which you have to keep in mind while you choose your partners also. You are all young people. Like in the very near future, definitely you'll be marrying. How does that apply here? So here, you have to choose a partner who is compatible. So what does this mean? You may be good and they also may be good. But if you are not compatible, are you getting me? You are a good person. Your thought, your beliefs are different. And the other person's thought, beliefs are different. So it is very difficult to move as a unit. So you should know what exactly the other person is. And afterwards, when the things get finalized, conflict is inevitable. Why? There is always difference of opinion and interests. So here, you should not take, because conflict is inevitable, natural one. So you should not take that as a harmful process, but you have to take that as a normal process. And you have to use that in a constructive way. Okay. For resolving the conflict, three important ways: domination, where one will win, other will lose; compromise, you lose something, they lose something; but integration is the one where all will be winning. Needs of all the people are satisfied. There is no need to sacrifice. So the integration is the most important one. Conflict is natural. There are three ways. The best ways is solve the conflict by integration, where it will be win-win for both. So merit, what are the merits? It will solve for once for all. It will go to the root of the problem and solve it. Better techniques are used, and it emerges. It leads to emergence of new values, new situation which were not present previously. Because of these new values and new situations which were developed, there was a situation where both win. Is the point clear to you? Are you able to conceptualize the thing? We generally think that conflict means one has to win and the other has to lose. But through integration, both can win. What are the steps involved in integration? So first of all, recognizing from both sides what are the real needs and differences. Break down the whole demand or the problem into constituent parts. This is a very important one. Please keep this in mind. Answer writing, problem solving. What is that? Break the question into parts. Each and every word of the question, try to analyze. You'll get the real meaning. Similarly, here, with respect to conflict, break down the conflict into constituent parts. Then examine the real meaning of symbols. Symbol means here untold things. Tone of the language, body language, those things. And prepare for the response of the other side. Obstacles are many for integration. The most important is people are not trained in the art, in the process of integration. That is one of the biggest. And the language they use is antagonistic, and managers are obsessed with power. People just theorize, they won't give solutions. It is rare among the administrators. That is, what are the things which are rare? Like high degree of intelligence, perceiving the things, discriminating or bifurcating the good from bad, grading the things, brilliant inventiveness, all these things are lacking. Giving of orders. So with respect to orders, the most important thing with respect to orders is depersonalization of giving orders. What does this mean? Depersonalizing means order should not be given from an individual. Order should be given by the situation, by the action. There is a work to be done. From that work emerges the orders, which have to be followed by all. Not that I am a superior, I will be ordering. No. So the solution here is exercise the authority of the situation. Situational leadership. Depersonalization of giving orders. To unite all concerned in the study of the situation, to discover the law of situation and obey that. This way, nobody gives orders. So what is the exact meaning? So here, very important, exercising authority of the situation or depersonalization of the orders, one and the same. Here, orders are given by the situation, not by an individual. Nobody is giving the orders. Right? New concept of power. So power, here, two important things to be distinguished. Very, very important. Just know the meaning of power over and power with. Power with means you are involved. All the people involved are involved. Power over means superior on subordinate. So power over is asserting oneself and forcing another. You have to do this one. This definitely leads to resentment and reaction. They are very important. Power over is inevitable because we are habituated to these things. Humans by nature are obsessed with the power. So what is the way out? Reduce the power over. How to reduce the power over? One is integration. Another is correct use of circular behavior. Mean to say that your action thoughts your ideas, everything should be dependent on, or you have to take suggestion from others also, not giving on your own. Law of the situation. Use the law of the situation. Situation should speak. If there is one work, say for example, with respect to calculation, say a person who is well versed with calculation should give the orders, and the situation itself give the orders. Okay. Okay. Now, next, superior and power. Follett says that a superior does not share power with its immediate subordinate for many reasons. If you share the power, new power centers will come. And also, now with respect to power, there are many things are attached, procedures, like maybe personal reasons for all these things. Follett says that power is not shared by superiors generally. But what is the solution for that? So definitely you are not willing to share. Then the best way is you can give opportunity for the subordinate to develop their power. So what does this mean? Say for example, I'm a teacher. Under me, think that three people are working. I'm a doctor. Under me, three junior doctors are working. So here you give an opportunity for the junior to develop the power, to get the expertise. So here, very important thing, you are not sharing, but what you are doing, what you are doing is you are developing them. You can give them opportunity for developing their powers. You can encourage them to integrate their activities so as to achieve jointly the developed power. So another important thing, there is a need of jointly developed power. This jointly developed power can come only when you give opportunity to the subordinates. Say, for example, there is a war situation. So here you are the commander. You just shouldn't only order. You should discuss with your battalion. What should be done? What is the way out? It may be applied to our classes also. I may say that I'm an expert. I know. I have been reading for 20 years. I've done this. You do this. Than that, we have to discuss. What is the best way? You analyze. Come up with the solutions. We'll discuss and we'll jointly make a plan. Jointly develop the power. In this way, power with leads to more power than power over. So here, power with leads to more power. Why? It is jointly developed power. Power with power with means group for should replace power over, mean inflicting power on the others, coercive power. Power with is more advantageous naturally. One of the main reason is it is more powerful. It is more power. It is self-developing entity. How self-developing entity? You are giving opportunity to subordinates. So they are developing. You are not losing anything. It is like a lamp lighting the another lamp. By that you won't be losing. Somehow you have to lighten up. It encourages cooperative effort because you are putting your power and also their power. So here there is a cooperative effort, promotes superior understanding and reduce the conflicts. Previously, you are having only one dimension, one view of yours. Now you have got joint power. So definitely it leads to superior understanding. So for example, why boards? At the top, you have got group, council of ministers. In parliamentary form of government, power is given to group, council of ministers headed by PM, not to PM. Very important. But in presidential form, power is concentrated in one person. Like that, you have to integrate the things. Power over is an independent power which is used only for the benefit of an individual or the group using it. So power over is an independent one, not dependent on one another. And it may be beneficial to the person who is using. Power over, the superior is putting power, pressure on the subordinate. It will be helpful for the superior, not the subordinate. Power with or joint power rises when two individuals or group pool their power to arrive at a settlement satisfactory to the both. In brief, power over is a coercive power, while power with is a jointly developed coactive power. Follett argued that power with must replace power over. So here you have to crystallize and write the concept in 1 or 2 lines with some keywords that will be sufficing. Right? Any doubt here? I appreciate if you have got any doubt. So dear students, like here you can see, I'm explaining each and every word. So no, there is no need for you to refer or even think more than what I am saying to begin with. Afterwards, definitely you have to. So authority and responsibility. Has in the case of power, a very, very important line, same has power. Follett made radical departure from classical administrative thought and developed new concept of authority and responsibility. So with respect to authority, responsibility, control, conflict, from in all this respect, Follett was different from classicals. She made a distinction between power and authority. There is a great distinction, like even Weber made, and also she defined power and authority. So she defined authority as vested power, the right to develop and exercise power. So here, authority is having legitimacy according to Weber. So here, authority has the right to develop and exercise power. So here, you will be having the right to develop power of the subordinate, and also you will be having the power to exercise those things. Authority is derived from the function or the job performed, not from the position held. Same as power. Right? So here power belongs to, order belongs to the situation. Similarly, your job should have corresponding authority and responsibility. So you should have corresponding powers also. Right? Authority is derived from the function or the job performed, not from the position held. In other words, this is a very famous line. You can note down the most important thing. A question has already been asked. Authority belongs to the job and stays with the job. So what does this mean? Say, for example, if we take the case of government administration, say, for example, at the top, think that in district administration. In district administration, think that with respect to administrative mechanism, IAS or collector is at the top, right? So just because he is at that position, he gets authority. What Follett is saying that authority should not be concentrated and will not be, in fact, according to her, authority will stay with only the function, the situation, the job. Authority belongs to the job and stays with the job. Say, for example, here a worker is doing something. Classical theorists thought that the authority stays at the top position, supervisors, managers. Follett says that no, authority rests with the person itself because he is the person who is doing job. That is the reason she says that authority belongs to the job and stays with the job. Hence, one who does the job must have authority whether superior likes it or not. So authority is in job, not in the hands of superiors. She stressed authority must be functional. Functional authority carries with responsibility. So authority and responsibility go hand in hand. Two sides of the same coin. Because of all these things, she advocated. Okay. 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 Authority belongs to the function or job. It cannot be delegated. We discussed this concept. So here, there is nothing like delegation. Why? You cannot delegate authority. Why you cannot delegate authority? Because authority stays with the job itself. If someone is doing, delegation of authority becomes nonsense, not having any meaning, because the authority rests with the work. Authority belongs to the function or job, and it must be authority belongs to the function or job, and it cannot be delegated. So the term delegated is an absolute expression, means outdated expression. Authority must be functional, means authority should belong to function, and only functional authority carries with its responsibility. She therefore advocated the idea of functional authority, pluralistic authority, cumulative authority, and rejected the idea of final authority as an illusion. So authority is functional, means belongs to the function, belong to the situation. Plural authority, not concentrated in one individual. Plurality of authorities. Cumulative authority. Authority is sum total of all the authorities. The real authority in the organization is sum of all the small authorities, as the authority is intervened at various levels in the organization. Previously, we were locating authority only at the top. While is saying that authority is throughout the organization. So authority is equal to sum total of all these small authorities. Same with respect to responsibility. The same things have been repeated. So authority like responsibility like authority is an attribute of the function and the situation. So here responsibility like authority means the same features. Responsibility is a question of for what one is responsible rather than to whom. For what one is responsible means for which work, for which situation, not individual. Is the point clear? Subordinate, according to Follett, he is the subordinate responsible to the superior. Please do answer this. According to Follett, he is the subordinate responsible for the superior. What is your answer? Okay, I just saw your message. Please give examples for both. Can you please name the topic? So now please do answer. So according to Follett, should the subordinate be responsible to the superior? The answer is no. Very good. Because it is dependent on the situation. It is dependent on the task. So subordinate should be responsible to the work, the situation. She therefore advocated the idea of functional responsibility, pluralistic responsibility, cumulative responsibility, group responsibility, rejected the idea of final responsibility, has final authority as an illusion. There cannot be anything has final authority or final responsibility. Elaborating little more on plurality of the responsibilities. Pluralistic responsibility denotes two things. Lower level executive participate in policy formulation. Second, workers participate in management. Policy formulation is very, very important, especially say for example, democracy. So why people should participate? Please let me answer, let me know this. What is the importance of involvement of people? Involvement of people in policy. Why people should be involved in policy formulation? Please shoot some points. Okay. They know better about themselves. Very good. Then to make citizen centric, absolutely right. How citizen centric? That is the one which you have to. Theorgy, you are making, like, definitely you are giving nice answers, but you have to go one step. Your answers are generic. Say, for example, citizen centric, democratic, all these things. You have to say how democratic, how it leads to citizen centrism. So here thing is, say for example, policy. What is this? This is nothing but plan. So think of a group. You are making a plan. In that plan, you are involving all the people who are there. So what does this mean? Very, very important. You have involved in the beginning itself. In the beginning of the work itself, not at the end. Say, for example, you formed a plan and you try to execute this. Afterwards, you are getting response. No. When you involve all the people involved, they are directly involved in decision making. And more important, in the very beginning, not in just implementation. Is the point clear to you? Involving citizens in implementation, it's okay. Here we are speaking of involving citizens in the formulation of the project itself. It increases their dignity. It will be more responsible. It will be ethical. This is with respect to the beginning. Workers participate in the management, in the administrative aspects also. Means it is to say this is with respect to implementation. Implementation. Okay. Coming to control. With regard to our ideas on control, Follett differed from Tyler, Foyle, Gulick, Urvik, and other classical theories. She advocated correlated control rather than superimposed control. See here, in every aspect, she is bringing one important thing: interconnection, coordinating. See, in all these things, like let me show you the question also. See, very recent question. Follett firmly advocated cultivating interdependency. So you have to take the concepts. In conflict, she is speaking of interdependence, collaboration with respect to authority, with respect to giving orders. In all the aspects, she is speaking of cultivating interdependency, not power over, power within, in all the aspects. Okay. Where were we? Okay. So here, next is control by fact, not by man. So here, control by fact means it has to be very objective. What is objectivity? Please answer this. Your decisions should be objective. Objectivity. Foundationally, what do you understand by objectivity? Let me see who will answer. Okay. What is objectivity? When can we say that a decision is objective? A decision is said to be objective when it is based on the merit of the case, when it is impartial, when it is non-partisan, when it is based on facts, when it is based on truth, when it is based on reasons. So control should not be man control, it should be fact control. Thus, control in the organization is cumulative and pluralistic, not concentrated at the top. See, in all the cases, the plurality of the things is highlighted. Leaders. Are leaders born or created? Please do answer. Are leaders born or they are made? So here, this is a very important one, a important topic. In the next chapter, we'll be discussing this. That is with respect to the two dimensions. Some say that they're born. Some say that no, we can make the leaders. What is the most important thing with respect to leadership? A person who is said to be a leader should have the capabilities to influence others. There may be many criteria. It mainly depends on how you influence your subordinates. That is the most important thing. That is in general. Coming to the pertinent things with respect to Follett's thought. A leader is not the head. Very important. Leader is not the head. Then who is the leader? So here, key point, not the head of a department, is not the president of an organization, but a leader is one who can see all around the situation. So a very, very important thing, situation, because all other things are related to situation. Who can see all around the situation from every angle. He has to analyze the situation. Who sees it as relating to certain purpose or principles. Say, for example, I'm a leader here. Think that I'm the leader of Sambhavam. So now I should see all around the situation in teaching, and I should relate this situation to the purpose and the policies. What is the situation available? How can I relate this situation to the purpose, to achieve the purpose or the goals? Who sees it evolving into the next situation? So here you are in a systematic way taking from one situation to the another, keeping in mind the aims and objectives of the organization, who understand how to pass from one situation to another. Here, a very important thing, organization is said to be dynamic. That is the thing. We have got different situations. In the closed model, according to the previous thinkers, it was a closed model. Situation means they just thought of one situation, right? So please read this, a very important one. Is not the head, but the one who can see all around the situation and relating the situation to the purpose and policies, and to see it evolving into next situation, from the present situation to next situation, and who understand how to pass on from the present situation to the next situation, which is positive. Okay. So moving forward, a leader is a man who can show that the orders is integral to the situation. Means orders should not be separated from the situation. Order should not be reflecting of your views or your thoughts. Orders are integral to the situation. Fowler stated that such people are found not only at the top but throughout the organization. A very important thing, leaders are found everywhere throughout the organization, not just at the top. Leader is not only influences his group but also influenced by it. See, circular relations. This is what is known as circular response. She called this circular relationship, reciprocal relationship, circular response. Further, leader must also be influenced by the experts within the organization, a very, very important one. So here, leaders are present throughout. Second point is leaders and the workers or the subordinates should influence each other. Not only that, leaders also should be influenced by expert. Say for example, organization, Sambhavam, a teacher, he should get influenced by experts. So who are the experts working in an IAS organization? Please shoot some points. Who are some of the experts other than teachers working in the organization? Think it over. Management team, very good. Okay, with respect to classes, all these things, can you think of any other thing? IT, very good. True. See, among my age people, say 45 and above, many people are not aware how to operate, how to search internet, technical team, maybe video editor, maybe marketing team, right? Very good. So experts we also should be taken. And finally, function of leader is to create group power with, rather than exercise of personal power. Okay, the same things. Next, there are three types of leadership which are identified. Very simple one. Leadership of position. You are in this position, IAS. So that is leadership of position. Leader holds the position of formal authority. Leadership of personality. He has got a good personality. Here means with respect to skills, with respect to the functions he performs. Leader holds forceful personal traits. वो क्या जादू करता है? Leadership of personality. Say for example, you are struggling to read Lakshmikant for the last 6 months. Think that there is a new person who comes and he just masters all the Lakshmikant in just 2 weeks. So you just you're blown out with his talent. So here, two kinds. First one is position with respect to formal authority position, then personality with respect to the work they do, the personality what they have. The last one, very important, leadership of function. The leader holds both position and also personality. Is this clear? So he is holding a position in the formal authority. A leader is at the top. At the same time, he has got functional expertise. Because of this, he has got a powerful personality. Right? Only those people who possess functional authority leads the modern organizations, not those who possesses formal position or forceful personality. So you should have both the things. You should have expertise. That that does not end there. You should also be in a formal position. He views that for the successful operations of organization, it must be sufficiently flexible. For an organization to be successful, it should be very flexible to allow the leadership of function to operate fully. Right? What does this mean? So here there should be sufficient flexibility so that the leader, that is leadership of function means who is having the position and also the expertise personality. You should have the freedom, the leader should have the freedom to implement what he thinks and to allow men with the knowledge and the technique to control the situation. So the organization should be run under the overall guidance of the leader. At the same time, situations should be under the control of knowledge and technique, means the men who possess these things. Functions of leadership, their coordination, definition of purpose, anticipation, to organize the experiences of the group, to develop leadership among the subordinates. So these are the functions. You have to like note down these things. So here once again, just noting down the point is sufficient. Afterwards, you can write these things in your own word, keeping folate in mind. Coordination simply means integrating different parts and weld them into effective unity. Oneness you have to bring. Definite of purpose, to clearly set the pattern and objectives of the organization with respect to the achieving the purpose, organization goals. You have to anticipate, to have insights into and faith in future. It is making the next situation, not only meeting the next situation. What's the other way of explaining this? You should be proactive, not reactive. You should not only involved in meeting the things, also you should make the new situation. You have to create the opportunity. You have to create the situation. That is the one they're speaking of. To organize the expertise of the group, because the power is joint power. We have got power around within the organization. So we have to concentrate those things to organize the experience of the group, to make all the available and most effective available and transform it into group power. Group power means power with, to develop leadership among the subordinate. A leader should teach and train his subordinate how to control a situation themselves. Wallet believe that leaders are not only born but can be made. So here, with respect to leadership, Taylor is taking two-pronged strategy. In this, she is saying that they're also born, they're also made. Not only born, but they're also made. She rejected the so-called intangible capacity of the leader and asserted that leadership can be learned. Here, she is saying that there is nothing like leadership qualities which we cannot learn. So, leadership qualities can be learned. Okay. Next is planning and coordination. According to Follett, these two are closely related. How? How planning and coordination are limited? Please think it over. Let me know, like how you feel they are related. Okay, good. According to Follett, planning and coordination are of a very close nexus. So here, coordination has a principle of planning figured prominently in her works. So here coordination was stressed upon. She felt that central planning, the planning done by the center, say for example, if you take government as an organization, planning by the union government. If you take state government, planning by the state government, not taking into consideration of local government. Central planning imposed from the national level over the local level is doomed to fail due to lack of coordination. That is harmonious ordering of the parts. Why? Lack of coordination failed due to lack of coordination, because why? It is planned from the top. Hence, central planning should be a mechanism to facilitate coordinating the processes. Say, for example, you are doing a work. Think that at your home. So, like mother, father, and think that 3 children. So, you have decided to do a work. If you plan properly, you can have you can bring off high degree of coordination. If you plan properly, coordination will be very easy. And at the same time, they are interrelated, right? She postulated 4 fundamental principles of coordination. So very important, just know the title, it will be enough. So coordination, how to bring coordination? By direct contact, one-to-one contact, face-to-face contact, whatever may be the hierarchy. So in this regard, a very, very important, pertinent point she has raised. So here, if you want to bring coordination in the organization, you should have one-to-one contact, direct contact. The responsible person should be in direct contact with one another regardless of their position. If you think this as an organization, the responsible person, whether he is present here, here, or here, if the work demands, then they should be connected directly. Very important, horizontal, that is communication between the people who are in the same level, is as important as a vertical chain of command in achieving coordination. So here she has brought another dimension, communication, that is horizontal and vertical are very, very important to bring about coordination. If you have only horizontal coordination between the workers and no coordination between vertical higher levels, then it is bound to fail. Next, coordination in early stages. This you have to write with respect to good governance. Topics like participation. Why participation? People concerned should be involved in policy making stage itself rather than at the later stage of implementation. So policy making means in the very beginning, early stages. Since an early participation results in increased motivation and higher morale, sense of belongingness will be there. It will increase the morale of anyone if their voices are heard and if their thoughts have been implemented. This vital principle is largely ignored in central planning. So what is a debacle of planning? So you have got a chapter on planning. You have to put all these things. So here planning is bound to fail if you don't involve people in the early stages. That is in the beginning of the objectives, the policies. Coordination has a continuous process. So here what does this mean? So by planning, you lead to activity. And after activity, you have to take the feedback and you have to further plan. Plan, after that action. Then from action, take the feedback, once again plan. Coordination has a continuous process, that is from planning to activity and from activity to further planning. There should be a permanent coordination mechanism to solve the problems in the rational way. There should be permanent coordination mechanism, not a ad hoc one, permanent. Next, coordination has a reciprocal phenomena. So now try to answer this. Reciprocal phenomena, what does it mean? So here too you can see interconnectedness. Coordination has a reciprocal phenomena relating to all factors in the situation indicates its process. Coordination has a reciprocal relating to all the factors in a situation. All factors should be related to one another. Example, what could be the example for permanent coordination mechanism? Very good. Say for example, if you take, the secretariat in there, they'll chief secretary, or like we'll take cabinet secretary. Cabinet secretary has meetings with all the secretary. Meeting of secretaries, this is one of the permanent coordinating mechanisms. Very important question your friend has right. What is the use of NDC, National Development Council? In this, all the CMs and all the CMs of states and union territories will be present, and also representatives of unions will be presented. Why is this? This is one of the mechanism for coordination. Mechanism for coordination between states and the union. Right? A very, very important one. In this line, you can say that NDC is having power only in book. In practical, it is not exercising the corresponding authority and also responsibility. So for that, there is a need of new mechanism. Is the point clear to you? Say for example, think this is a big family. So in the family, think that father and mother, 3 children are there. So definitely they will be quarreling with one another. You should have a mechanism, permanent mechanism. What is this permanent mechanism? That may be anything. Say for example, give it. It is not the exact one which you should be writing. Just for your understanding, since you have asked. Say for example, elder. Elder be should be given first preference. So most of the things are solved. Then think that somehow after some time you all got married and you are living in a joint family. So now 3 families. Think that all are brothers, 3 brothers, brother 1, brother 2, brother 3. So here somehow here all will be fighting, it's okay. Then new dimensions gets added when brothers, when they marry wife 1, wife 2, wife 3. So definitely here wife like Saas and Bahu, there is one jagda and these people fighting among themselves. So there should be some permanent mechanism, not just when these people quarreled, forming some new things. Clear? So here very important, secretary meeting, National Development Council, say even zonal council, all these things are mechanisms for coordination. Okay. So there should be permanent mechanism to solve. Coordination as a reciprocal phenomena. Coordination is a reciprocal relating to all the factors in the situation indicates its process. All factors should be related to one another and the interrelationship among them should be considered. So nothing is in isolation. So one is related to another. It affects A affects B, B affects A affects C, C affects A, and also C affects B. So you should consider each and every aspect of the interconnection also. Thus, Fowler regarded an organization as a system of interrelated parts. Follett stressed that the four principles should be underpinned by information based on continuous research. So here, very, very important, though it is given in the last, all these principles, all the four principles which we have discussed should be supported by, underpinned by research, right? So if you have got any doubt with respect to these things, please let me know. Now, how about answering the questions? Okay. So how many will try to answer these questions? So here, dear students, I request you a very important thing. Go home. Don't try to write all the things just in point wise. First of all, you write the meaning of the question. Afterwards, look into the matter and just write. So what I appreciate, so very, very important, listen to me. Before you come for next class, very important, before you come for next class, number one thing what you should be doing is at least 3 times you should read this. A very simple one, it can be finished very fast. That is one. Second thing what you should be doing is key points. Key points, what does it mean? Key points, say for example here, so resolving conflict, three methods: dominance, compromise, integration. That's it. Integration is the best. So with respect to the concept of power, so power over, power with. Power with is group power. That's it. Definition of power. Definition of authority. So like that you have to. So first thing is you should read 3 times. So here, like let us go. Let us master one by one. So here I am providing complete information with respect to Follett. That will be sufficient. 3 times you read it. Next, only key points. Then third one, PYQs. With respect to PYQs, number one is like what they have asked. Understand the question and just write some 4 to 5 points. That will be sufficient. That's it. Right? If you have got any doubt, please let me know. Recorded class is not available in the app. Definitely will upload those things. That is the reason we are uploading the things on YouTube. So now let me discuss a very important one. As I told you, I want to see that all of you get service. So here I want to guide you till your success, at least for till next two mains. In that, what you read, how you read becomes very, very important. Here, everybody will be reading the same thing, but the expert opinion makes a lot of difference. So in that, like as we proceed, I am thinking of having one-to-one interaction with all the probably 67 students, one-to-one. Say for example, Tiwariji, one day, say for example, half an hour, I'll discuss with you and we'll chart out. So I'm just waiting for this September 20th, where after seeing your answers, I can chart out the plan, right? So if you have got any doubts, please let me know. So with respect to the teaching, which method is convenient for you? Should we follow the same PDF method, or shall I go for PPT, which I used to make? Because one PDF, that is great. Really, I also of late, because it is not like a simple presentation. There are too many things. In fact, not only you, I was feeling like, अरे ये बच्चे को ये में दिए तो कैसे पढ़ेंगे? See here, not only that, for certain things I will give in Word format also, so that you can edit those things and you can add, subtract those things. So here, very important, very pertinent. Why polity is easy? Tell me why polity is easy. You should be answering this. Why polity is easy? So here I am to the point. I am telling to the point. I am not telling any stories intentionally. I can say many stories and say that this is the way you have to interconnect. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Why polity is easy? The reason is, listen to me. The reason is you have got one book, one source as a Bible. Like that, you also should have one material. Read it again and again. That's the one thing. Repetition, repetition, especially in mains. Let me ask you another question. Any topper, like 90% or 95% of the people, what they referred for polity in general, GS के लिए क्या रेफर किए करके बोलते हैं? Please let me know. Right? So if that is the case, what is the need of dictating the notes? See, dictating is a very easy one. Why I'm not dictating is for this reason. Because I have been there. I am pretty confident what the toppers have said is correct. After the coaching is over, no one will touch. Otherwise, by this time, everybody would have said, Raghu sir ka notes पढ़ो, Raghu sir का पढ़ो, सुब्रारंजन मैडम का पढ़ो, उस वो पढ़ो, ये पढ़ो, वाजीराम का पढ़ो, विजन का पढ़ो, संभवम का पढ़ो. Why they are not saying? The truth is this. So simply, you will be wasting time by writing. You won't evolve. You won't think. You won't become a thinking machine. Definitely, there is a need of model answer writing. All these things definitely will be doing. Why I'm not doing is, it is not a general subject. It's a specialization. To answer a question with respect to folate also, you have to have integration of all the thinkers. You have to integrate paper 1 and paper 2. Then only it is possible. So now the things will be going little fast because all the background, all the principles we have done with. So you have to catch up with the pace, right? So having said that, let me wind up the session. If you have got any doubt or any query, sir, can we discuss one question daily at the end of 5 minutes? Okay, that will be great. That will be great. Definitely we'll do this. We'll do this. At the same time, you also should show interest in writing the questions, right? Definitely sure we'll do from next session onwards. So what we'll be doing is, we'll discuss some of the questions related to folate. What I expect is you come prepare for those things. I've got top marks. I've been studying this forever. Not forever, for a long time. Definitely I'll be studying this forever till I teach for UPSC aspirants. Then you can compare and contrast what I have told, what you have thought, what is good in your answer, which is not present in my answer. Because once again, my answer will be directly related to the things which I have provided. That's it. Right? So hope, sir, should I send you answers in? Yes, in Telegram, you please send. I've already like made like one-to-one batch for many. In this weekend, I'll make for all the students who are there, like especially newcomers. Whatever you do with public administration, with respect to even GS also, let there be one repository. Whatever you do, you just send it to me, right? Having said that, let me wind up the session. Have a great day. Enjoy your preparation. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.